Hi YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over the Gold Wheel. If you guys don't know what this is, it's basically an automatic panning device. This is one of my favorite things to use because it's fun to watch and it works really freaking good. We ended up doing a live, I don't know, a couple months ago on just some cons that we had. We ran it all through here and we ended up picking up quite a bit of stuff just using the Gold Wheel here. So today we're going to show you how to use the Gold Wheel, how to set it up, what you need to know about it, all that fun stuff. So let's get to getting this thing set up and showing you how to use it. Alright, so the Gold Wheel kind of comes in a big package, if you will. You have the Gold Wheel, it's got a little stand here. The Gold Wheel itself has a spray bar with an adjustment here on it, and it also has another spray bar that comes off the bottom side that will shoot water into the bottom part of the pan, I guess you could call it. We have, if I can get it to work properly, this is your cables for your battery, which you need, your pump. I'm going to set it down inside of here. So the purpose of this tub is, this is your retention area where the water pumps in and into the Gold Wheel from. Then you have your connections for a battery. You need a battery to run one of these. Lawn and garden, car battery, whatever it is, make sure you have one. And if you're using a battery and not converting it to run off of AC, you need to get a battery charger. We have one hooked up right now. We're charging this one. We have a total of 3 batteries for a couple other pieces of equipment. The battery is what makes this thing go. With the Gold Wheel, you have your catch. You take this. This gets inserted in here. That goes there. When the water falls out, it will catch some of the other heavier materials and black sand that falls in. It's got a couple holes punched, so then that will feed the water back into the tub. And then this little bucket, pail, whatever the hell you want to call it, sits over here on the back side. This sits right here. All that is to collect the gold that rides up your swirl here and falls into the middle. Drops in, then you take this, put it into your pan, and then you see what you got out of it. Super efficient, works very well. It does take a while for it to work through everything, especially depending on how many cons you have, but I really like this machine. This is one of my favorites for running cons. So we're going to get this thing running, show you how to do a pre-setup, have the water working through it, show you the angle that you need to be at to get it to work properly, and then we're going to run some of our cons through it. We have some gold in our snuffer bottle. This gold is pre-collected from a couple years. We know there's a lot of gold in here, and we want to show you how to run it properly with gold instead of running virgin dirt or collected dirt. We know there's gold in here, so we're going to mix it around and show you how to work this properly. Jet dry is your friend. We want to put some jet dry in here, not a whole bunch. I might go a little too much. But. So the pump is in. This has already kind of been set to where we used it before, but I'm going to show you how to set it up properly. Oh, we got a leaker. All right, fix it real quick. Just threw a new tube on there so it wasn't spraying out the side. Anyway, so what we're going to do is turn her on, and we're going to check our pressures here, make sure that everything is looking good. So this spray bar here is what is going to spray to the concentrates that you're putting in here. And then this spray bar here is adjusted by this valve, more or less pressure. This spray bar coming off is below the valve, so this one has a constant pressure coming off of the pump that's in there. So whatever pump size that you have, say it's a 750 gallon a minute, that's going to push that through this little 1/8 inch piece of copper that's coming through here. So this is your basic setting. Most gold wheels have a dial on the back here to speed up or slow down your gold wheel. This one speeds it up and it slows it down, but it doesn't work really as well as it probably should.
Ours is broken.
Yeah, so that we've just been kind of dialing it in to make it work. But that dial on the back, if you have one of these, will slow the wheel or speed the wheel up. It also has an on and off switch, so you don't have to keep unplugging it. Kind of fancy. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some black sand concentrates that we have over the past however many years, get rid of the bigger stuff, and we're going to dial this in to see how fast the material is moving up. The key to this is to not let the black sand go up into the hole itself. The only thing that should be going in there is gold itself, or very fine amount of black sand. So we do throw a little bit of jet dry in there. As you can see, it's a little bubbly,
A little frothy.
so we're just going to test this real quick. Throw a little bit in there, and we're going to watch it walk up. You see how fast it's walking up there? We're going to give that a little more water, and then potentially here give this a little bit more angle. Might be a little too much angle there, but we adjust it here. We've got a little spin knob on the side. Take a little more. See what she does. So we found the best way is to keep the black sand about 3 down. So we'll give that a little more. And see what it does. Be a little more in, and you'll watch it swirl out. The black sand should be working its way out. You still have a little bit of the heavier rocks that fall up and in, but you can see how it's knocking everything down as it goes. So that's what we're looking for. So the gold itself is going to end up riding up these and working its way up into the back. After you're done, you'll switch her off, and all you should really have left in here is the gold itself. But just from that, oh, there's a little bit of gold in there. Look at us go.
Is it really?
Yeah, there is. Just that fast, it was pulling the gold and putting it into there and separating it from the black sand. It's a really good way to separate black sand. And yes, you should do this wet. Don't throw it in dry. You should actually have it a little moist like that. So to test this, we're going to be using gold that we've had. We've snuffed this up, put it in the bottle. This is our control gold, just for this purpose itself. Mix it up in there. So you can't see it. Got water out. Take yourself a spoon. And we're just going to start to spoon feed it in there, nice and easy. This process does take a little bit of more time to do everything. Mainly because it's working at its own pace. does end up being a little boring, but I think it's fun just watching the dirt go up and seeing how to run it. Even in that spoonful I just put in right there, you can see a little chunk of gold that went in there. So if we watch it, we'll probably be able to see, hopefully, the gold riding up and in as it's clearing all that black sand coming down. Nice thing with this is it has a little catch basin with your tub itself. So if you feel like you may have thought there was more gold in here than you found, you can always put it back in the pan and run it again. You're not losing it, it's all staying in the same thing here. Nice little feature it's got, especially for double checking your work. You can see there's a whole bunch of gold that's just riding up in there. Put a little scoop in and we'll watch it just ride right up. There where some goes right now. So as we're adding in here, you can see some of the heavier rocks of the black sand will go into the cup in the back. And if you watch carefully, we got some chunkier pieces that are in there that are riding up. The black sand's falling down and the gold goes into the cup itself. So we're about at the point now where most of the black sand is washed away. It's kind of rolling up. So we're going to dial it back and just let it all kind of go into the cup. And then when we're done, we'll take the cup, put it on our clean out pan, and see what it collected. Alright, got all the rest of washed in for the most part. I'm going to shut her down on the back side over here. Watch your water, make sure there's... Look, you can already see all the gold that got collected from in there. What I like to do is take our magnet, give her a little rinsey there, double check, make sure there's no extra gold, and then we keep all our black sand in this little pot here, just in case it didn't collect all the gold out of it or it picked it up into the black sand. It's still contained, we still have it. This is a nice way to help get all that black sand up and out of the way from the gold. All right, so now see all that gold it collected right up and in, right through the center of that thing. Very, very, very efficient. We've ran this thing with all our black sand. This is actually just some black sand that we've collected over the years, and we ended up running this thing for about 3 hours, and we put all the black sand through it, and we ended up finding quite a bit of gold that we'd missed from panning over the years. So great tool to have. This thing is awesome. A lot of people like the Blue Bowl more than they like this. I prefer this one. I think it's a little more fun to use. Personal preference. With that being said, pros and cons to this. Pros, it catches gold. It catches a lot of gold. Fine stuff, chunky stuff, it works its way through. Cons, it's a little hard to use and get right. They say about 45-degree angle. You can use a level, bring it to your 45 degrees and set it that way. But sometimes you just need to adjust it and see what works for you. Like I said, about 3 riffles down has been what we've known has worked the best. The copper here, you can adjust this. It's a little flexible, so you can point it to where you want it so it's not pushing out as much black sand. Adjust your water levels. It's all preference to the material that you're running. Sometimes we run stuff that needs to be more pressure. Sometimes it needs to be less pressure. But this is just the basics on how to run this thing properly. Like I said, I love this thing. If you need one, you can get one on Amazon. They're not the cheapest. They run about $400, which is wild to me. We paid a little less because we found it used. You can find them used too. They're all over the place. Some people just don't like them. I know a particular person in general who hates this thing. But I like it. We're also gonna run some stuff through a Blue Bowl too and show you differences. But for this video, this gold wheel, this is how you set it up. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We have some more on different how-tos with different equipment. Go check those ones out. Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't liked, subscribed, or commented, please do so. And if you have a comment about this particular gold wheel or one that you have, let us know what you think. Thanks for watching, guys.